to town, I should own it like I own this place. But I just walk along quietly, and when I'm out I keep my head down cause they know my face. I hope that nobody finds me. I'm a rock star. Saw me on the cop car, heard me screaming white boy. Mama, I done got far. I got hella money, everything I want. Everybody loves me, I'm not having fun. Living a good life in a bad way. Looking for good times, finding the bad days.
Everything is great, go ahead and check my page. Got another million views, got another million plays. Yeah, I'm so famous, put me on your playlist. Yeah, I sign your CD, want a picture, take it. Everything is fake, like the smile that's on my face, like this grilling, like these chains. I am everything I hate, but I'm so famous.
Everybody, what's up everybody? It's your boy CJ, Internet Warlord here, coming to you live and loud from the great state of Meth Dakota. You know Meth Dakota, the state just south of North Dakota. And, man, I'll tell you guys what, am I famous yet? And I ask that because at the end of the day, I must have pissed off some pretty, big people in the world. Yeah, I don't think so. At the end of the day, I don't want to be famous. That's one of the things that people... one of the things that really bothers me about social media is you're supposed to be social. You know, you're supposed to engage in conversation, and maybe meet new people, and find common interests, and things like that. Social media. It used to be we all just shared what we were having for lunch today. Now our lunch hours, we all give our opinions. Listen, man. If you're already watching this and you know who I am, I'm already in your mind, man. And if I'm not, you know what? I could care less. I could already care less. You know, I don't want to be famous. You see, the problem with fame is that it comes with a whole lot of problems. And, I mean, sure. Will people know who, will know of me at some point? Yeah, lots of people have known of me. But, you know, not many people know me, so at the end of the day, I enjoy my own little corner of the world. I don't want to be famous. These people that are on here to essentially just, I mean, again, they're a bunch of hypocrites. At the end of the day, I don't want to be famous. Oh, he just wants to be famous. Yeah, that's a played out game. It is. It really is. And you know how you know you're right? When things like last night happened, where I put the number on the screen and, you know, I must have pissed off the right people. And it got me thinking last night about this, that if I can make you that upset on the other end of the screen, listen, I'll say my piece. I'll give my opinion. I will do whatever I please, but to watch people get upset they did, I didn't mean for it to go this far. Honestly. I mean, I got the messages from a few people. They're like, I'm so disappointed in you. And it's like, yeah, well, you know what? At the end of the day, you told me a year ago, one of these people that are upset with me, you told me a year ago that you love the fact that I always speak my mind and I say what I see and you know, that I give it to you straight. This is what this person told me about a year ago. And fast forward, yeah, if I could have told this person, no, but listen, in a year from now, you're not going to like what I have to say, so now I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean? That's how stupid the world is. That's how stupid the world is, you know? I mean, I just got done prepping the dishes to get washed and, you know, took the dog out for a walk and got the mail, and I was just sitting there just breathing in that good air today, and, you know, it's a nice sunny day but cold, and I'm sitting there to myself going, you know, these people on the internet that I'm having to deal with that are, you know, saying my name and, again, not allowing me to respond, and if I do, they take me out of context, they don't allow me to have an intelligent conversation with anybody. and ask real logical questions that need real logical answers and not just these childish games. So when a fan of somebody gets butthurt at me, I have to laugh. It's hilarious. Hilarious to me. If you're a fan of somebody, listen, I'm a fan of Tom McDonald, for example. But, I don't write Tom McDonald and go, hey, man, that one song that you wrote about that one thing I didn't like. No, I just hit skip if I don't like a song. Or if I really am despised by it, I wouldn't listen to it at all. I just happen to enjoy the guy's work. And now, because the way these sick people are is that, to me, they will conveniently label you whatever they want because they have to portray that to their followers. So, for example, 3,000 followers in a group, and then you tell them all, I hate gay people. I don't hate gay people. That is the dumbest thing that I've heard today, next to I hate anybody. I don't even hate the people that are doing what they do to me. Like, I don't hate you. I just despise your behavior, and I will expose it as it goes. Like, that's how it goes. I mean, for the people that claim you have the moral high ground, your fans sure show your colors, and then they message me, and this is where it gets hilarious. Hilarious about their big documentary. They're like, yeah, we document and record all of you, the people that reach out to us and say these nasty things. Well, guess what, dude? Your fans, the people you claim to inspire, do the same shit you claim that you don't do. Your fans, and you do it. You do the same thing too. It's hilarious to me. Yesterday I went over how some people are similar. Like, they claim they have the moral high ground. They both, you can literally, how do you phrase this where it makes sense to both people? A thinks B is bad. B thinks A is bad. I'm C, and I think they're both fucking idiots. And now both of them are like, he's the bad guy, and I'm the mutual enemy. You'd think I'd be able to bring these motherfuckers together. You'd think I'd be able to. But at the end of the day, that obviously isn't the goal. But they play out-of-context games. That's all it is. It's nothing more or less an out-of-context game because none of these people actually know you. I was thinking about it I was walking to the mailbox today. I was thinking, man, I would invite any of those people to my holidays, to my Thanksgivings, to my wedding, to my kids' birthdays. I wouldn't even allow, it's unfortunate because your children are just, victims of you, but I wouldn't allow your children to even come to my children's events just due to the fact that I'd have to associate with you. And it's sad because your kids didn't do nothing. It's just sad. I don't walk around my house talking about sexual abuse in front of children. They don't need to hear it. It's horrible. I don't sit there in the car and do what these people do. It's just insane to me. And yet again, I'm not saying I'm the world's greatest parent. I bought my kids a box of Sour Patch Kids cereal. Apparently it tastes just like Trix. So I'm not making they can have some okay, fine, I'll let you have dessert at 9:30. Okay, whatever. But I don't walk around my house talking like this guy does. And as I'm walking to my thing, I'm like, wow, if that kind of scum can get sponsors and have internet people just buying everything he says, and yet I've worked as hard as I have for what I've done so far. Shit. What am I missing? What did I miss? I'm not trying to be famous. I just enjoy giving my opinion to whoever wants to research my opinion on something. They click on my video, and then some of them screen record it and post it back to their page and associate me with helping pedophiles, and it's just retarded. Again, I'm the same guy that I'm going to make a t-shirt that says hang pedophiles next to politicians, or hang politicians next to pedophiles and bring back the hanging tree. So it just really gets dumb. If you expose one person, okay, and in your mind you expose one person, no conviction, no nothing, whatever, and then you use that one person and that one thing over and over for a decade, you haven't done much with your life. You haven't really done much with your life. In fact, I would argue you've destroyed more lives in the process than you've helped. And it shows. You're not on a call. Your one show I watched was 6 minutes long because you couldn't keep your attention span in order to even maintain taking calls, let alone produce anything of value to society. You know? And so me and a few of my people I've decided that, you know what? We'll respond in kind, don't get me wrong, but it takes true scum that really you admit to waking up with PTSD, and like I said, man, talk about it. Go get a counselor. I went to my VSO and they said, you know what, we should get you into counseling. And after thinking about it for a while, I said, all right, you know what, a little counseling never hurt anybody. Go to a counselor, but grabbing your phone and going live in front of your child and going, let me tell you about the time Uncle Joe diddled my butthole. It is not the time. It's not appropriate. But you do it right on there, right on your camera. Again, I'm not trying to belittle anyone's situation, but I'm trying to expose one behavior of one person that thinks it's appropriate to do that. For somebody that talks about wanting to, help children, you sure do like to talk in front of your own pretty vulgarly. But again, at the end of the day, you are who you are and I am who I am. You do things I would never do. But again, hey, to each their own. But again, he got famous, apparently, in his mind. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm not trying to be famous. Look, if the number went from 3 to 3 million, I'd still say the same thing. And then I'd wake up tomorrow and my next video would say 2. And I wouldn't care and I'd still say the same things. But these people like you to think it's all about fame. I don't give a fuck. Never have. I'm not here to make 1 billion friends. Would it be nice to have 1 billion friends? Absolutely. Who doesn't want 1 billion people to enjoy their content? Come on now, look at what's his nuts. But to say that anybody uses the internet wants to get famous, it's like, no, you want your work appreciated. Fame is an after effect of hard work, dedication, determination, and recognition of that work. And it's a long fucking road, and it's not just handed to you like, here, you're CJ Abernathy? Oh my God, we didn't know? The internet should have known? Oh my God, here, you're the most famous person in the world today. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Oh yeah, I'll let you post that one if you want. What's up, Mr. Breedlove? Hope you're having a good day. Probably busting your ass. I don't push sovereign citizen shit. I don't push the war against the pedophile army. But at the end of the day, I think it's all disgusting. And I think it's wrong. I'm on the record many a time saying that. But at the end of the day, these people think, like, for example, they can go, oh, CJ hates gays and he's racist. But at the same time, their people last night called up this broadcast and played some racist stuff over my phone line. I'll let you do it until, for a certain extent, just to prove your character and then cut it off. That's no problem in my world. But where I draw the line is when you all then start to claim you're the moral superior, what's hilarious is that person called in last night and said all the people in these comments are trash. And it's like, man, no, you're trash, dude. And we're just watching you have your moment. Like, that's your moment, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. What else can we say? You got a good laugh. I laughed about it after I got off live. I was like, Somebody just called in and proved my point. That was it. You just proved my point. Nobody calls with intelligent thought. Nobody calls with evidence of what they're saying. Nobody calls with proof and with the facts to back it up. They just respond with the most vulgar things you can imagine. When here I am, I've been called, they said I hate gays. They said I'm a racist. They said that I'm helping a pedophile. And I've sat here in front of all of you and allowed them to do this to me in front of all of you. Just because it's not your character that is the moral superior one here, in my opinion. I'm going to be the better man. I'm going to just let you be who you are. That's it. You started this. Like, what part of you called me a fat fuck didn't you get? And then I'm like, you know what? I'll dig a little deeper. Now you got my attention. I was giving you the same respect I'd give anybody else. Kindness, courtesy, dignity, respect were shown. Because again, I don't know what you've been through. You don't know what I've been through. But I'll start with those four things and then go from there. And so you call me a fat fuck first. So I say, fuck you. And so then you unleash the dogs. And my friends, the people that actually know me, laughed at you. Because I already told them, this is what John Anderson and his people are going to do. And again, I said, hey, you guys want to hear something funny? And all I did was play the Richard Provost clip saying, I'm with Francesca Amato Banfield. And guess what? They laughed. It was hilarious. Guess what? They still can't wait to hang out with me and see me. Like, I'm going to Washington. Like, I'm going to go see some friends this year. You know, played it for them. They're like, what the fuck is this idiot's problem? And then the next line you have is, I'm making a movie. And they're like, yeah, because we care to watch that. Or you're spending all your time busting your ass to make a video to suck John's dick, Richard. And nobody is giving a fuck. Not that I know. I was like, yeah, Richard's making a video to prove John's innocence. And they're like, we don't care if John's innocent. We don't care if he's guilty. We don't give a fuck. He doesn't pay our bills. You know, he's a nobody. And you know what? I'm a nobody, and I'm proud to be a fucking nobody. Because at the end of the day, nobody goes out and busts their fucking ass and earns what they fucking get. And then they can become a somebody someday. Maybe someday I'll be somebody. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be me, whether I have 0 people watching, 4 people watching, or I had all 7 billion of us hairless fucking, well, not hairless, but, you know, all of us fucking Homo sapiens spinning on this ball in space, or fucking taco, whichever one you fucking prefer. You know? And you know what the beauty of it is I'm a grown-ass man. I can push that live button at 11:45, 2:30 in the morning. I can talk about whatever I want. I can open my platform up. I can say whatever I want. I can speak however I want. And when the social media fucking vultures come for me, I'll be prepared. I got thick skin. I've been to 2 war zones. I'm a Purple Heart recipient. I'm not afraid of anybody. Except, you know what? I think if my drill instructor just burst through my door and started yelling, I'd probably have a little fear again. Like, you're going back to boot camp, and I'd go, okay, maybe I do have some fear again. But again, I don't fear another living man. My point. I don't fear another living man. And your tactics are predictable, childish, stupid. Again, fuck Mark Mumma, fuck John Astor, fuck Francesca Amato Banfield, fuck John Anderson. I don't owe any of you for anything. Like, you act like I would invite you all to a fucking thing and be like, yeah, you all are great. Like, John thinks I'm friends with this person, and his buddy thinks I'm friends over there, and they just associate you with the fucking people that you have never fucking met. I'm tagged in a post with Miko Hayes, who admittedly I don't believe I've met Miko. We were both at Standing Rock. Maybe we met in passing for a moment. Who knows? But again, at the end of the day, I I've never met him, so now I'm tagged in them, and we're both the enemies of John Anderson. Mr. Breedlove is allegedly you've sent dick pics allegedly to, and you know, at the end of the day, you guys, you're John, your people just called and took over my broadcast with the bitch over and over again, calling in, and so you think your people are any better than the people you claim to be exposing? Really, John, you gotta wake the fuck up, dude. At the end of the day, man, you'll be your own fucking man. I told you yesterday, some of your shit, if you just fucking stick to that shit, you'd be just fine. But you go off into a world that's just a fucking delusion, man. And I really do believe that it has something to do with that PTSD you talk so much about. You can't keep a train of thought. You can't fucking articulate yourself in any way that isn't anger for anybody who would remotely question you. That's a problem. You need help. And again, this is coming from a guy who is admittedly going to counseling myself starting next month. So, like I said, and you know, you accuse people of sending dick pics, or you accuse people of doing these things when I can Photoshop anything. I could make anybody look like anything on I want with the few clicks of the fucking mouse. So again, you all think that people are guilty until proven innocent. And if you don't believe that person's guilty until they're proven innocent, or guilty until proven guilty, either way, it's guilty first, innocent, or proven guilty last, which is fucked up. And that is the Democrat, like, leftist leaning mindset, that you're guilty until proven innocent, and if you don't believe her, then you're against all women. It's fucked. Like, you guys all play the same stupid goddamn games, and it's so easy to see when you have an IQ higher than a fucking potato. You know what I mean? I've met some great people on the internet that have done some great work and some things that not others can say they've done, with incredible stories. And you know, at the end of the day, I wish more of them would be willing to come on and talk on this broadcast, and so you guys can hear the struggles of people that I would say are famous, that I would say have done works that are deserving to be promoted. And that's what my original intent for all of this was. So I'm going to make a promise to you. You keep my name out of your mouth, and I'll keep your name out of my mouth. It's a fair fucking trade. I think you're all fucking scum. You think I'm helping a pedophile. I could care fucking less. I'm not, and it's been fucking proven. The fact they're using my videos to go against you bothers you, then maybe you should go to me and go, hey, I'm sorry I called you a fat fuck and said that I play for blood, that I go for blood. You recorded it, unless you've deleted it now, but again, at the end of the day, you do you. Keep me out of your fucking business. Because I promise you, I know what I would do. Oh, okay, I see here. You said you've never sent one dick pic there, huh? Again, at the end of the day, I wouldn't care if you did. Honestly, I would not give a flying fuck. You could be the number one dick pic sender in this world. I wouldn't care. Why? Because there's not a fucking thing I could fucking do. Just like last night, there was not a thing I could do about the people I've pissed off, i.e. the John Anderson friend crowd, that could control them doing what they did last night. Nothing. So if it's out of my control, why would I worry about it? And then there's John. I don't let these people get to me. Well, neither do I, but I'll take an hour or so to express myself, and then we'll let you move forward with your bad self. You know? It's just dumb. And it's always going to be dumb. There is nobody, and let me repeat this and let me look at the camera when I say it. There is nobody on this internet that if I wouldn't invite you through my front door, I don't care about your opinion at all. Zero. You could comment 1,000,000 times. If I wouldn't invite you in my front door and feed you at my table and allow you to sit in my living room and enjoy the comforts of my company and the things that I do for my friends and family, why do I care about your fucking opinion at all? You're just scum, dude. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what the sad part is? Is that I've got family, friends that I just enjoy my time with when I have it. You know? I enjoy being, to myself, but I also enjoy my family. I enjoy the friends that I do have out here. They don't care what you say about me because I am still kind, courteous, and give them dignity and respect in the real world, which is what real people do. You know what fake people do? They come on here and they pretend to be what they're not. At least with me, I'm like, hey guys, I do this all myself. I'm just me. I run everything you see. You know, I open up the line. You can talk too. I'm not perfect. Let me correct myself where I'm wrong. Hey, if I make a mistake, I own up to it. I'm not famous. Don't think that coming on here to talk about what you've done is going to, or is going to somehow boost you up, but it does show professionalism. It shows that I used to have some of the best conversations and give interviews with people that were doing some really cool things. Those were some fun days. I think that's the dream everybody has that wants to participate on social media is to give a skill that they have. Some people, it's voice acting. Other people's skill is committing fraud. Mine is just sitting here shooting the shit when I feel like it. I like to play video games on here and show people what I do on video games. I'm pretty freaking good at it. You know? You act like I only broadcast on YouTube or Facebook. You know, I have a Twitch account. I broadcast to private audiences. We sit there and bullshit. Like, they don't leak my shit out to the internet and fucking betray my friendship because they come to my house and I feed them. And we're family. You get it? So when one of your fucking idiot trolls comes into my fucking comment threads, they go, oh, well, we know where this is coming from. This one's coming from the John Anderson crowd. And we already know. Like, I have some smart people that are smarter than me in my circle that if they watch my broadcast and they see something, they go, hey, you got this right here? Yeah, and I didn't see that. Oh, thanks for letting me know, man. Appreciate it. We just document that too. So for people that claim to be the morally superior people, you sure are trash. Because if people that were CJ Abernathy supporters, got all three of them watching, and God knows maybe one of them is actually a friend, you know, they don't go off and do what you do, what your people do. Do you see what I'm saying? So it really blows my mind. And again, you have investors and people that want to put their money into you. I mean, I bust my ass and I move millions and millions of dollars. Millions and millions of dollars in cargo a year. And you think that I don't have a worth or a value? You think I'm just a nobody. Okay, you know what? I don't have an agenda. Mr. Dingle, hello to you. I don't have an agenda. If I had an agenda, I would probably list it in steps right here. Step 1, become president of the United States. Step 2, abolish the federal government. There's my agenda. Fuck. Like, there we go. Oh, my hidden agenda's exposed. Fuck. So yeah, I want world domination. Now how do I get to it? Am I famous yet? Fucking stupid. Can you tell the theme of today's show? Because I heard somebody say he just wants to be famous, and I just love it. I predicted that shit 3 years ago in a rap lyric I made on a Sunday because I was bored. Oh, he just wants to be famous. Yeah, that's a played out game. See, I don't base my opinion of me off the opinion of you. So I'll do me, and you do you. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. Dummy. God, people. And you watch it, and then you have to figure out, okay, well, what do we say now to CJ? What now? Wouldn't that eliminate the presidency? Oh, yeah, it would. I like the Adam Kokesh plan for government. Now, he's kind of becoming the front runner of the Libertarian Party since a few other people that I was kind of watching dropped out. But I think he's a losing ticket this year because Donald Trump will be your president in 2020. But I think he could use that, and the Libertarian Party could use that and his reach and his abilities best to raise third-party issues. So I think he's done an excellent job at that. Would love to interview Adam Kokesh on here too, but at the end of the day, man's a busy man too. So, but yeah. I don't know, man. I won't vote for a man unless I can speak to him. That's my new rule for voting for president. If I can't speak to the man, I won't vote for the man. Which is why maybe I would vote for a third-party candidate, because I know I could go to a convention and speak to them. That's kind of more like the government I would believe that would be more of a republic than what we currently have with the two-party duopoly. I got a lot I could talk about, man. I could go into some of the coolest topics. Some of the, I can make sovereign citizens look like idiots. But at the end of the day, I can question the things they talk about and go, okay, this is where I think they're right, where I think they're wrong. For example, one thing sovereign citizens and libertarians believe in is that government is an overreach, and a lot of their laws are wrong and unconstitutional and violate rights. That's a fact. So you can't call the Libertarian Party all a bunch of sovereign citizens, because we register to vote and are U.S. citizens. Like, it just blows my mind how, again, some of these people that you've seen over the internet that do the sovereign citizen, some things are accurate in what they're saying, and that's where it gets tricky. Like, for example, deprivation of rights under the color of law is actually a legitimate constitutional challenge of your rights being violated. It's not sovereign citizen talk. False imprisonment, false arrest, deprivation of rights under the color of law is not a sovereign citizen talk. It's saying that your rights have been violated and you've been detained and arrested against your right. Meaning an officer took either a consensual encounter to a detainment without consent. Meaning, that's one of the videos that I really enjoyed watching, was how an officer is trained to engage somebody, and where the conversation clearly doesn't become consensual, and the conversation is then escalated by an officer, and they use that to justify an assault. That's what it is. That's not sovereign citizen talk. That is legitimate explaining in legalese what you're saying happened to you. I carry a CDL because I drive a semi. So, some of these things that these people push, like sovereign citizens, again, think that you shouldn't have to have a driver's license. Well, I don't think you should have to either, even though I carry one. I think unless you're using your vehicle for commerce, because I believe in the Commerce Clause of the Constitution, that you should only be charged taxes and lien and that stuff on taxes and registration. On your commercial vehicles. I think personal vehicles should be personally owned. You're telling me that... Imagine if the government said everybody has to put a sticker of Donald Trump in the left corner of their TV, or else you're going to jail to register your TV. Now, I know that's so far-fetched and that it wouldn't happen. But you see, my point is that you pay for a piece of property, the government says that they have the right to sticker, and you don't make money with it. So now they're saying that you taking your personal traveling vehicle to your work where you make money should be taxed and regulated and all that stuff, and I don't agree with it. Because it does then raise up questions, well, okay, if the government believes that they can do that to private property, well, then do they actually, what are these people actually saying that may be correct, and we could explain it in a way as citizens that we can take their intangible 40 pages of sovereign citizen bullshit and, at the end of the day, that's the point. I'm all for bringing it back to 50 sovereign states, personally speaking. But at the end of the day, you can convince me a federal government's worth it when I actually see a federal government that's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think this federal government's worth it at all. But again, I can predict it just like anybody else. Donald Trump, 2020, he'll be your president until January 25th, 2025. And if one of Donald Trump's kids run for president of the United States, we'll have a Democrat for president again. There's your spoiler alert. So, I mean, I'm not saying that Donald Trump Jr. or Eric, excuse me, is a bad person. I'm just saying that they're not their father, and they don't have their father's. Like, we're not just gonna pass it down like that. It's, this isn't George Bush Jr. Like, give Donald Trump Jr. like 25 years maybe, maybe, and if he wants to, then like let him be in his like 50s, 60s or something. Like play long term with that. You got to find somebody that, because again, you'll lose to the Democrats if you put up Donald Trump Jr. And it's nothing personal to the man. Again, I bought his book for my uncle for Christmas. So, again, at the end of the day, I come on here to give my opinion like anybody else. And if people want to talk about me, like I said, I will find out how to respond to you, and if I can't respond to you directly or privately, I'll just use my platform to address you. And again, I think that's fair, because at the end of the day, when I'm live, you all know you can call in. I'm not going to open the call line today because, again, at the end of the day, we're still dealing with the unprofessional circle of John Anderson's friends. Which is great that you called your page that, because it's real simple to break down where the disgusting shit's coming from. So, if Ivanka decided to run for president, I would say you'd have to have her run like 8 years after. Like, you want somebody that isn't the Trump family, because we're gonna end up with a George Bush. Senior George Bush Jr. thing, but with 8 years apart and 8 years for both. Because again, if you don't want to flip the House, if they don't flip the House and they keep the Senate, and then again they lose the White House, the Senate's going to be just a gridlock for freaking years, and it'll be stupid political. So. But yeah, you need somebody in there after, and this is, again, I'm a libertarian saying how Republicans can take over, and I actually advocate for the death of the Democrat Party, not the people in it, but the party concept itself. It's just so corrupt. I mean, you could say that the Republicans are just as corrupt, and I will not argue with you, but you got to look at it like from a third party perspective, with, a party that is admittedly not going to have a chance, or, even if you're not a libertarian, or even if you are part of the two-party duopoly brainwashed mechanic of orange man bad, Democrats are all communist, train of groupthink. It's just being realistic. You got to get somebody in there that's in between a Trump. We can't do 16 years of Trump. I mean, Donald Trump, like I said, I could make the argument why your first term impeachment being exonerated should be a null and void serving term. It should be an administrative term where we allow the government to administratively figure out if this man is competent enough to be president or not, and if he's proven innocent and all that, and adjudicated like has happened. Then you should have 8 serving terms. 8, and if it takes him 2 years, I'd even settle for he gets the time back in office that he lost due to impeachment proceedings. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's either we do that or we abolish the federal government. That's my two quotes. Like, you can either fix what you got now, or you can abolish it. It's one or the other. And the drain the swamp isn't going to work when it's only going after one side and thinking your side is fucking not, your side's perfect. Because you got a lot of Republicans that are running states that are fucking idiots. You know what I mean? Like, our governor in South Dakota is the dumbest woman that has ever lived in the state of South Dakota, but she is such a great actress. She is a great actress. John, if you want to take tips from being a piece of shit and acting like you're the better person, just watch Governor Kristi Noem. Like, she is the expert of being a piece of shit and then pretending to be perfect. I don't admit to ever being perfect. I've never said, "Hi, I'm CJ Abernathy, I'm perfect." But I have said I'm CJ Abernathy, and I'm not going to let you pretend you're fucking perfect. Jesus Christ. I think their fucking shit is just dumb. So, I've shared a lot today. Hope you've enjoyed your lunch, if you caught me on your lunch hour or whatnot. Like I said, I'm going to do some dishes here. I'll probably... Well, it's about that time. Aubrey hasn't come down for lunch yet, so I let her take over some Minecraft while I was doing this. You know, I wasn't going upstairs with my cell phone talking about being sexually abused, and just these are the scum that think that they're better than you. The scum that think they're better than you. Listen, man, I know good fathers out there that would never do what you've done. Never. So, like I said, what else is there for today? Anybody got anything? I'll go for another 4 minutes and let your booger pickers do the work, since there's 5 of you. Yeah, since there's 5 of you, we'll let one of your brain noodles come up with a thought, and then we'll let one of your booger pickers type it out on a screen, or if you're using a keyboard. Either way. But yeah, like I said, I have no problem talking to anybody. If you want to be interviewed on here, if you want to have a conversation with me, if you want to promote something, it's all up to you guys. But at the end of the day, I am a small podcast, broadcast, whatever you want to call it, on YouTube at the moment. I do this in my off season when I'm not driving. And if you mess with me, I guarantee you'll get my attention. You'll get something in response. You have a good day as well, Mr. Breedlove. And, we'll go from there. One day at a time. I'm not trying to be fucking famous, but I'm already on your playlist. Yeah. 'Cause you're the one fucking watching. Anyways. This is all just acting. Woo. What else is there? Huh? What else is there? Got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm not going to be like Richard Provost and at about a half hour in be like, all right, guys, I'm done, and talk for another hour. That'd be stupid. I've done that a few times in a few videos, and then I went back and I was like, they're like, see, you said this about something, and I caught myself later on being like, yeah, I'm done, and then 35, 40 minutes later, I'm going to be done now, and 40 minutes later, 3 hours later. Listen, I don't want to be famous, because at the end of the day, famous people get murdered by the Illuminati, Fuck. Like, you all act like being famous is something cool to aspire to. No, I aspire to be a hardworking motherfucker, defender of my rights and my constitution, and defender of my family, and anybody that's going to challenge me in any way, shape, or form. I'm a warlord, motherfucker. I will go to war. Make no mistake about it. You are a little bitch who has never accomplished anything that I can find worth anything. So, to the one person that took that personal at the end, you deserve it. And that's all I got to say. Alright, no, I have not read the original rough draft of the Declaration of Independence, but I would love to someday. That'd be awesome. Just sit here right here and read it and just have you all give your opinion. And then somebody come in and say, he's a sovereign citizen, I can't wait for him to be tased. Fucking dumb. Fucking dumb. Oh, hey, and one last thing. I got 24 seconds left. If you want to learn how to do what I'm doing, like you don't know how this little logo got in the screen, if you don't know how I pop up my phone number right here, if you don't know how I change scenes to do music videos and put this all right here, you can reach out to me professionally, and I will make it so that you can do all this if you choose as well. And I don't charge anybody. I'm not looking for love donations. There's no link to send a PayPal. As always, though, my PayPal is my email. So if you want to send me a beer, I'm not going to get mad at you. But, I'm more than willing to show people how I do this. And that way, you know, I always think that good people make good people and help people do good things. So at the end of the day, I enjoy this capability, being able to do this again. So why wouldn't I want to help anybody do this? So went a few minutes over. Have a good day or don't. Choice is always yours. And Tom MacDonald, again, I love your work, man. You got 2 copyright claims on my video, and I don't care either way, but for those of you who haven't checked out Tom MacDonald, I always tell people, check him out. He's in my playlist because he's fucking famous. So we'll see you guys next time here on Internet Warlords, the war for the internet.
I'm a rock star. Dad, I hate this. Mama, I done got far.
Like I'm falling apart. I've been beaten, but it's not my heart. I'm lost in the dark, my hands out in front of my face. I'm feeling for anything hard. I reach with my arms, the walls and the ceilings are far, and I'm bleeding, surrounded by sharks. I just need a spark to see if the demons I'm fleeing have followed me here from the start. I'm dreaming of speaking with God when I'm sleeping. It ends with alarms. I'm feeding my scars with secrets I'm keeping so deeply, it's squeezing the blood from my heart. There's a person in me getting lost in the trees till I'm up on the stage and I freeze. I just need a car and a key. I will start it and leave. When I'm far, then I'll get out and scream. I'm a rock star. Saw me on a cop car. Heard me screaming, white boy. Mama, I done got far. I got hella money. Everything I want. Everybody loves me. I'm not having fun. Living a good life. In a bad way. Looking for good times. Finding the bad days.
Everything is great. Go ahead and check my page. Got another million views. Got another million plays. Yeah, I'm so famous. Put me on your playlist. Yeah, I saw your CD. Want a picture, take it. Everything is fake. Like the smile that's on my face. Like this grilling, like these chains. I am everything I hate, but I'm so famous. I'm a rock star. Dad, I hate this. Mama, I done got far.
Hey, real quick, just also a reminder that Tom MacDonald is going to be in Fargo, North Dakota, I believe, on April 18th, which is a little less than 3 weeks. 2 months away. So I was considering going to his live event. I really, like I said, enjoy his music. So if you're in that Fargo, North Dakota area there around April 18th, I'm considering going. So thought it'd be pretty awesome to see Tom MacDonald live there. So not just playing him on my YouTube channel or when I'm doing the dishes. So, all right, you guys, again, have a good day or don't. Choice is always yours. We'll see you guys next time. Internet Warlords.